you played so many characters, and you're so good at portraying artists in your way. Like, take, like you said, you love playing other people as a character. If you had to take three characters from all of your years, also maybe out of Saturday Night Live, not necessarily just at that time, because you have so many iconic, beautiful things that you've done, you know,
Thank you.
before, but after a lot of, if you really felt, like I said, I follow you, but the things that you've done afterwards, what would be your favorite characters, like your top three that you just went, yes, I'm connecting this. This is something I just love. Because, some of them, of course, the public goes, oh, I love that. But did you have one that you really loved?
Yeah, I do. There was a character called Mr. Feather in a movie called Undercover Brother that I did with Dave Chappelle, and that was a really fun character. I like doing that. I mean, on SNL, I like doing Mango. I like this character called Azrael Abyss. He was a goth talk character. He's a gothic character.
Mm-hmm.
He would say like, "I'm Azrael Abyss. I'm the Prince of Sorrow," and that was a lot of. I like doing that character a lot. Mostly every character I did, I really enjoyed doing. But I think those are probably my favorite three. I think that's off the top of my head.
Now, I do have another question for you. I, of course, loved a couple of some of the movies you've been in, but my a thing that I love the most is when you appeared at the Super Bowl.
Oh
And
yes,
I mean, how intense and how crazy was that? I know you're not like, you said, oh, I really wasn't into sports or anything when, growing up. But I mean, just give us a little bit of how insane was that? And at that time, everyone, what is love? And with the whole side head. And I mean, was it
yeah.
just, I couldn't imagine. I mean, what was the feeling with that?
Well, it was a lot of. It was great. It was a big commercial. It was a Diet Pepsi commercial, and it was like Missy Elliott was in it, and LL
Yes.
Cool J, and there's a lot of money involved when it comes to ads for the Super Bowl. So it was really cool to be part of that. To do an actual Pepsi commercial was really cool.
Oh, it was iconic, and it's great. Those Pepsi
Yeah,
Yeah, those
commercials.
things are
Uh,
and these characters that you've created, they now like they live on forever.
mm-hmm.
Mango and Mr. Peepers and Super Bowl all of this stuff. How does it feel to create something that has so much resonance?
it feels really great. I think it's nice to have a variety of things that people really enjoy, and like on Instagram, like my Instagram is Chris Kattan official, and they'll people will go on and say a variety of things. They don't just say one thing usually, like, oh, I just like the Roxbury guys, or they'll talk about a lot of things I'm doing currently, and like and talk about the book I wrote called Baby Don't Hurt Me, and they'll just mention a lot of things. And also, if like I do a video of me or doing something funny or some sketch,
Prince.
um, they'll respond to that. So there's like a lot of neat things that they say, a lot of nice things.
You also tour in the clubs now when people come out to see shows, which they're not doing right now. But do you enjoy
Right.
doing the live shows?
I do very much. I love interacting with the audience members. It gives me a lot of energy, and I really enjoy it. It's really it's quite the rush. I'm sure you have that same feeling because you work with audience
I
people
love it.
all the
I
time,
love the
right?
Thursday night show. I love the early Friday show. I hate the late Friday show. I love the early Saturday show. It's the Friday
Right.
night late shows. I'm like, oh god, I can't. I can't.
Well, it's a mixed bag.
It's a
Yeah.
bloodbath.
It is because everybody's been working, all day. And when right after America's Got Talent, we toured quite a few of the comedy clubs and, now
Right.
theaters and things like that. And it was very interesting to bring this since, Piff's comedy, his style of comedy, and then, my style of crazy showgirl and comedy into these comedy clubs. And then on a Friday
Yeah.
night, you've got people that've worked all day, as Piff would tell me. He's like, look, they've worked
Yeah.
all day. They started drinking as soon as they got off work. They waited for the last
Right.
show. They've had dinner. Then they've had their cocktails. They're not sure if they want to be awake or if they
Yeah.
want to go to bed. Like if,
Right.
yeah. So it was a bit crazy,
You
but
have
it
those
was
kind of
fun.
shows, Chris?
I do. Yeah. I think it's pretty well known that to say that it's safe to say that the Friday late shows are usually not the best shows. Like you said, it's a mixed bag, and those are really the reasons. But I don't know. In my experience, for some reason, it's been okay. I never really saw a difference between many of the other shows. For me, it's actually very similar. You know, they are a little bit more rowdy and ruckus, and there's more alcohol involved. But other than that, you know, I've had good experiences with the Friday Late Show usually.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, no, they're not. I mean,
Well,
sometimes you would struggle. I usually was okay based on the fact they were drunk and they just thought they saw three or four of me and it was a party.
yeah, I was the one.
Right, right.
I was the one trying to get them to remember. You know, to choose a card and remember it.
I would
and
feel
then,
so bad for
oh my
Piff on
God.
those shows. I was
I
like,
actually,
ugh.
I actually secretly love it.
You do,
Yeah.
you do.
I secretly
Yes.
like if I you know I just don't like having to do it.
Yes, but you love
Right.
improv, and you
Yes.
love. I mean, he just loves improv, and he's so fast. And there's moments where I would be on stage going, "What?" And I literally was already behind because he was so quick at it. But I think the Friday Night Late shows for you, Piff, was really
Training ground.
oh, it was
They were
training.
my
It was like
dojo.
he was going into battle.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But the thing is with training is that sometimes you go, oh, I can't do that yet, and so that was a bit what it was like on Friday nights.